everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Full Function RC from NKOK Racing. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. Here is the box for the Sonic the Hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Full Function RC Motorbike. This is just awesome looking. Love this piece. Sonic over here, Sonic the Hedgehog over there, 2.4 GAG radio control. On the top is Sonic, Sonic, and Sonic. All the logos are everywhere. More Sonic on the side. On the other side, we have Shadow on the bike, looking awesome over here. And on the back, we have Sega All-Stars Racing with Sonic over here. Sonic is a video game legend and his games feature some of the most recognizable characters in gaming history. This full function motorcycle features a working light. That's really cool. We got a bunch of stuff on the back, a bunch of legalese on the bottom, and battery safety, I would guess. And now let's take a look at Shadow the Hedgehog on a bike. The Shadow figure on the bike is really hard to see, very scuffed up and almost warped with the paint. What is going on here? Really badly done for this. You can expect this to get crashed a lot. But yeah, it looks kind of nice at least with all of these pieces, but wow, it's really just awful. You get a swivel over here, kind of, I think. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I'm breaking it. Who knows? Very rubbery, pretty tacky, and really worse for wear. The front of the bike looks really cool. Spinning wheel right over here, as well as a lot of screw holes too. It's pretty neat. We do get the LED light up here, looking great, as well as on the other side, some niceness over there, a couple rivets and stuff. The logo for Shadow over there. Shadow's foot looks pretty nice on here. It is bolted on. We'll see about that. Get a little wheel down here. Training wheels, huh? Wow, another little sort of like barcode logo thing over here. Exhaust pipe going down over there. The engine in the back looking really excellent. Or maybe some like, storage or whatever in the back. A switch for on and off. I'm going to turn it off for now. Hopefully getting that to work. There we go. And he looks nice on the bike. He's kind of hovering over it a little bit. The bottom's pretty cool. We can check out actually the engine within that we're going to power up, as well as some sort of like compliances over here. But overall, it looks really nice. It's actually a nicely done bike. Shadow himself doesn't look that great though. The remote to control this thing looks pretty cool. I'm turning it to off just in case. We have a boost button right over here, as well as up and down and then left and right by NKOK. Interesting. A little LED up here. On the back, we have all the stuff that complies with FCC rules, as well as the battery compartment. Let's open this thing up, shall we? No screws, just a slider over here. Interesting. Then once you put them in, seal it back up, it's pretty simple and easy. The bike is a bit more difficult. You have to unscrew it a little bit, and it may take a little bit of doing, but once you get the screw out, it's pretty simple and very easy to open the compartment. Maybe a few more notches here and there. We'll get this thing opened. There we go. Then you open the interior compartment to the interior compartment where the batteries are stored. There's one side down, and there's the other side. Put it back in this way so it hits those little bumpers up top. Then slide it back in and close it back up and screw it back in a little bit. It should be okay getting that in. There we go, nice and tight. Flick both switches and let's see what happens. Little red light goes on. Let's try this out. Forward, backward, forward, a little bit, forward left. It can turn a little bit. Whoop, whoop, forward, forward. Come on, you can make it. There we go, forward, backward, backward. Okay, forward left, okay, forward, backward. Okay, you can turn a little bit. Hit my side of my thing. Actually make a couple dents here and there. That's kind of weird. Yeah, you can turn a little bit, slightly. Yeah, the turning radius is pretty interesting on this thing. It's pretty cool, actually. You really want it from this side, though, from an aesthetic point of view. It's pretty nicely done, actually. You can kind of, like, go down, like, the road or whatever. But the turning radius is really small. You kind of, like, parallel park, back him up and forward and in. It's pretty nice, but yeah, it's pretty fun, actually. And when you move him, I gotta say, you can see the light. It goes on a little bit, especially when he turns forward, at least. That's pretty cool. Very nicely done. But now for something I want to try to see if Shadow can come off this thing easily. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. You'll notice a screw hole beneath his boot. You can take this off, I think, hopefully. Put that in there and twist out. Hopefully it goes. Hopefully. There we go. Really tight screw. Just gotta carefully twist by twist at least. Doesn't want to go. Hopefully will. Eventually. Better. There we go. There's one screw down. Other side. Let's just go with it right now. Get that in there. Take that out. Try the upper method. I want to torque that in there. Good. Take this out. You're not really seeing much. Sorry. There we go. So his foot can come off. It's kind of rubbery too. See how rubbery his hands are. Maybe they can just sort of be separated a little bit. There's one hand sort of coming off here on that side. And the other hand can kind of come off on that side. A little more. There we go. Bikeless Shadow and shadowless bike. You have to quickly kind of have Shadow be posed in a certain way, twist him back a little bit. He'll kind of go back into place, but having him stand like this is kind of weird. Maybe he can sit or lie down. I don't know. It looks like he's doing pull-ups or something. Very interesting pose. Ditching the shadow that came with the bike, we do have this Jakks-specific shadow. That looks awesome. Super nicely done. You can't really have him hold this without having it wreck the actual plastic on this shadow. So be very careful with that. But I gotta say, this is just an amazing piece. It looks super cool for our boy. Wonderful for Shadow. And before you ask, yes, he can ride the bike. Super cool and really awesome. Oh man, I love this. It's just so fun to maneuver the bike. There we go. Okay, my area is not that big for reviewing, so yeah. It's much better for, like, going outside and stuff. Okay, yeah. This is just, I'm just gonna let it, you know, just sit right here and just do nothing. Or not. I don't know. It's pretty fun. Diagonal! And I just realized I never tried the boost function on this thing, so let's test it out. It isn't doing anything. I guess when you... Whoa, okay. Yeah, I don't really see any change, I guess. Boost doesn't really do anything. Pushing it forward and back and hitting it with that, nothing. That's really weird. So yeah, I guess this isn't one of the boost games. Here's the bike next to the shadow that used to be on the bike. I really don't know what to do with this little figure. He's kind of cute, but give me suggestions what I could do with him. Maybe make him a necklace? I'm not sure. But the bike stands at about, I would say, 3.5 to 3 3/4 inches tall or so. And then around the width, I would say, is about 8 inches long with a depth of maybe, I would say, 2 inches around. And then this little guy, come here buddy, stands at maybe 3.5, 3 3/4 inches tall, and then from a sitting position around 2 inches tall. Yeah, a pitiful little guy. And here's the bike next to Shadow looking really awesome. Man, the Jakks figures look great with this piece. Very well done. And here's the bike next to Sonic and Tails looking pretty good. Here's the bike next to Knuckles and Rouge looking really awesome. I love this bike, it's really neat. And here's the bike with Super Shadow on it next to the remote control. A really nice remote control that works pretty good. The remote stands at about, I would say, 3 inches tall or so, and the width would be about, I would say, 4.5 inches long, with the depth of 1 inch. And here's Shadow on the bike next to Jesse Hecht Creative. You didn't have to throw this giant remote at me. Oh, I wasn't going to touch your bike. I just want to tell you your tail light was out. Overall, it seems everyone wants their hands on this thing. The bike is really nicely sculpted and painted. I love the chrome. I love the red. The grays and blacks are nice too. And Shadow's logo was a great touch. The Shadow figure that came with the bike, on the other hand, not so much at all. It's awful, terrible, has a bad paint job, and I don't really want to have it near my other figures. It's basically cursed. The remote control looks aesthetically pleasing and works pretty well. Even if the boost doesn't really do anything, I still think it's a fun, cute feature. And while moving from side to side is difficult with the remote, moving forward and backward is definitely a given. If you're a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Sonic Movie 3 with both of them in it, this is the bike for you. But make no mistake, Shadow the Hedgehog isn't the only one riding this bike. He's also Keanu Reeves. Are you excited to see this bike in Sonic Movie 3? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.